Everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the SCU Show, brought to you by Graham Slim Inc. Graham Slim Inc. is a new and upcoming brand of graphics and clothing material by Tori Graham. Tori's been working on graphic design for 5 years now and has decided to start his own business, partnering with a couple indoor football and semi-pro football teams. You can contact Graham Slim Inc. on Facebook. That's GRAHAM Slam, one word, Inc. on Facebook, at Graham Slim Inc., Twitter at Graham_Tori, and Instagram at Graham Slim Inc. Contact Graham Slim Inc. for all your graphic design needs today. Yes, I have a haircut. It was about time, right? I'm looking much better. I feel much better. And by the way, episode 25 of the SCU Show, we're really kicking ass here. So our numbers are great. I really want to thank everybody for your support. It really means a lot. It really helps with the show. I want to thank Tori Graham for sponsoring this show. Really appreciate him. And yeah, let's get going. We're not done yet. 25 down and so many more to go. So let's get started. I want to start with talking about the XFL because we're probably the last show to talk about the XFL this week. And what happened week 1. It was a really good turnout for the XFL this week. Really good turnout. A lot of great performances by some guys. Great turnout, like I said. You know, the DC had 17,000 people show up at All-E Field in DC, in Washington, D.C. That's pretty nice, pretty cool. So I think from what I saw, I'm not going to talk about the game-by-game thing. It's what I saw in general. I think this league is going to be around for a long time. You know, we talked about the Alliance last year and what a great league that was for the whatever weeks it was around, that they didn't even play a championship game. It's different with the XFL. This is going to be around for a long time. First of all, they actually have the money. Vince McMahon's one of the most richest men in sports, if not the most richest man in sports, whatever you want to say. This is going to be around for a long time because you have the owner of Vince McMahon who has this money that can keep this thing around for a long time. And then you have his children, Shane and Stephanie McMahon, who if he somehow, leaves us, knock on wood, they could take over the XFL for him and keep it around. Not only that, but the fact that they're playing at bigger venues than the Alliance did, that also tells me a lot about how they're going to really just be around for a while, longer than the Alliance was, because the Alliance played at college stadiums. They played at the UCF stadium and some other different places, college stadiums, whatever. They didn't play at MetLife. They weren't playing at Quest Field or Central League Fields in Seattle. They weren't playing at these bigger venues. And the fact that the XFL is playing at these bigger venues tells me that this league is going to be around for a long time, that they're able to keep it financially stable. Because, come on, the Alliance, the guy had needed $700,000 from the guy from the Carolina Hurricanes. And that was not even enough. So, but I'm not trying to bash the Alliance. I know it sounds like I am, but really, it's all about the XFL. It's going to be around for a long time, and really, like I said, the fact that they have the money to keep this going, and the fact that all these teams play in bigger venues, and I'm assuming that the teams that come being in will play in bigger venues as well. It says a lot about the future of this league. Very excited for it. Glad to see it's back. I didn't get to see it in 2001. So I'm just glad to see it now here, and it definitely has a bright future moving forward. Can't wait to see how it works out. All right, now we're done with that. The XFL, very good stuff. We're going to switch over to the NBA now. The All-Star break is this weekend. It's actually tomorrow, I think. No, Sunday. The 16th, I think. Today's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. But I think the NBA All-Star break is Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, point is, when it comes to the Eastern Conference, this is the Heat's to lose. Everybody talks about the Milwaukee Bucks and, they're so good. Look at what they're doing. Oh, they're 40-something and 7. Oh, my goodness. Giannis, Greek freak. He's the best player in the NBA. And then everybody's talking about the Raptors. Oh, they just lost their first game in 16 tries. They had won 15 in a row. Miami Heat have done well all season long, and really this team has nobodies. They have Jimmy Butler and a bunch of bench players. They are doing well. And I can't discredit Tyler Herro, of course. Tyler Herro's doing a great job with the Heat as well. But really, like I said, this is the Heat's conference to lose. The Bucks are overrated. They have one big guy, and that's Giannis. And besides, there was a stat on SportsCenter a few weeks ago I saw about how the teams that win 40 games in a specific time they don't make it to the finals. That's going to be the same story here for Milwaukee. I don't see the Milwaukee Bucks as I don't see Milwaukee as a NBA Finals caliber team. That's absolutely not. And then you want to talk about the Sixers. They're the best home record in the NBA. Ooh, but they also have the worst road record in the NBA, and that's worse than the Knicks. We're talking about how they're worse on the road than the Knicks are. And the fact that the Sixers, they're going to wind up playing 4 of 7 games. If they have a series that goes 7 games, 4 of those games are on the road, and they're worse on the road than the Knicks. There's no way that the Sixers are getting anywhere. I don't think they get out of the first round because, again, they're such a bad road team, and 4 of their games, if they do go 7, 4 of those games will be on the road. And Toronto, come on, we see this every year with Toronto. Every single year with Toronto. Except last year, of course, they won the finals, but usually we see the same thing. They're the 1 seed, they beat everybody in the regular season, and then they deteriorate or they get swept and come to playoffs. They win 1 series and then swept. That's happened 3 out of the last 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to happen again this year, I think. I don't know who they'll play. If they play Milwaukee, Milwaukee will sweep them. Even though last year, they swept Milwaukee. But anyway. So, same thing. We're going to see the same thing with Toronto. It's just going to be a sweep. And really, again, the Heat. There's no real competition in the East for the Heat. I think they get to the Eastern Conference of the NBA Finals representing the Eastern Conference. And then we switch gears to the Western Conference. There are 2 teams in the Western Conference that are truly down to these 2 teams, and it's the Clippers and the Lakers. I think everybody knows that at this point. The Lakers have the best record in the NBA, the Western Conference, not the NBA. The Bucks have the best record in the NBA. Best record in the Western Conference, alongside the Lakers right now. But if in this playoff series, I'm taking the Clippers, no doubt. It's going to be a great series, but I've taken the Clippers over the Lakers in any playoff series. They are a better team, despite the records. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George not playing together as much as LeBron and AD are and all this and that. But when these 2 teams meet, or when it comes to the postseason, I'm sure these 2 teams will meet at some point in the postseason. It's going to be all Clippers. I mean, they'll be a great series. It might go 6-7. But it's going to be Clippers coming out on top. And with that, yeah, Clippers Heat, as of right now, we're halfway through the NBA season. I have the Clippers and the Heat in the NBA Finals. And I would take the Clippers in 5 or 6 games because the Heat are going to be a great East team. But the West is just that much better. And if it's the Clippers and the Heat, you already know the Clippers are not letting that one go away. So halfway through the NBA season, right now, I'm taking the Clippers to win the NBA Finals over the Miami Heat in 5 or 6 games. So let me know if you have. Let me know. I have RyanFanatic2 on Twitter. Let me know what your NBA Finals predictions are. All right, let's switch gears to the NFL. And I didn't want to talk about this, but it's a topic that's coming up. And we're about a month away from the time where free agents get signed or whatever the heck. Something about this. Tom Brady still has yet to sign with the Patriots. It's a big mess. Reporters are saying he's annoyed about it and everything, whatever the heck. He's been annoyed that there's no weapons or this or that. And some guys are saying he's not coming back to New England. And I think that he's going back to New England. I'm pretty sure he's going back to New England. They will re-sign him. Robert Kraft's not going to let him go. But let's just say Brady doesn't come back. Where does he go? What's the perfect destination for Tom Brady? Oh, that would be the Chargers. Absolutely would be the Chargers. First of all, I said last week or 2 weeks ago that they would draft Justin Herbert with the 6th overall pick, and I would love that. Because now that Phil Rivers is gone, I would love to see them draft Justin Herbert. But just imagine having Tom Brady there next year with Keenan Allen, with Hunter Henry, who will take over at tight end now that D'Antonio Gates retired. Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, that defense, Joey Bosa, Derwin James coming back after his injury, missed most of the year. And then you bring Tom Brady in the mix. All you have to do is outdo him, Patrick Mahomes, for 1 year next year, win the AFC West, dominate the postseason, because if Brady goes to the Chargers, there's no better team. The Patriots are going to deteriorate, and I like Kansas City. But if Brady goes to the Chargers, he's going to win the AFC West. Especially because he'll have that team around him that he needs. And the coach, Anthony Lynn. I really like Anthony Lynn as well. You win the AFC West, you dominate your way to the Super Bowl in Tampa, and you beat the Packers, you beat the Seahawks. Brady's 1-1 against Aaron Rodgers, so that would be tough. But you could beat Russell Wilson. He's done it before plenty of times. Then next year, after Brady retires, you have Justin Herbert. You have your franchise quarterback right there. So I think if Tom Brady does not go back to New England, not the only possible choice, but the best choice would be for him to go to L.A., the Chargers, not the Rams, of course. I would love to see him in L.A. with the Chargers. Like I said, he would be great. He would outduel Patrick Mahomes, win the AFC West, dominate the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl, potentially beat out Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, and you're winning your 7th Super Bowl. Sounds like a good deal to me, Brady. What do you say? All right, baseball talk, because, good Lord, the Astros have screwed up big time. Everybody knows that. They were stealing signs during their 2017 title run to beat the Dodgers in the World Series, and they admit they stole signs. You know, remember that play at the walk-off with Jose Altuve, telling people not to rip his shirt? He was wearing a wire. Of course he didn't want to rip his shirt off, which is ridiculous, by the way. But I wouldn't go ahead and take their title away, because I don't believe that the Astros earned the title by stealing signs. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think that the Yankees really just gave it up, like they did this year again against the Astros. Yeah. But anyway, the punishment I would put down for Houston would not be to take away their titles that they won already, or the title that they won already. Just ban them from the postseason this year. As simple as that. You know, you do something bad, you pay the consequence, and I think that would be a great punishment for them. Just make sure they don't get in the postseason. They could have had the best record in the American League. I would not put them in the postseason. This is what happens when you screw up, Astros. And as simple as that. You just don't put them in the postseason. And even if they have the best record, I think that's a great punishment. Just keep them out of the postseason, and they'll learn their lesson going forward. All right, so of course it's a short show. I'm sorry. Episode 25 though, and it's Valentine's Day, and I just woke up a little late, so my nose is running a little stuffed up. But let's end the show on a high note here. And a lot of people are going to like this. By the way, again, thank you for the numbers. Thank you to Tourgram for sponsoring. We've done very well the last month or so, month and a half. So I really appreciate everybody. Let's finish the show by talking about the XFL power rankings. And good Lord, did I screw up. Number 8, Tampa. Wow, what the hell was that? I thought Aaron Murray was a great quarterback. I like Quint Flowers. He did go on there, a few plays here and there, but he didn't start. Tampa had 3 turnovers and did not score a touchdown against the Guardians. What a monstrous disaster by the Vipers. Number 8. Number 7, LA. You had a 14-6 lead. Very nice. And then you let PJ Walker throw 4 touchdowns on you. And you lose by 20. Not only that, but what the heck are they doing firing their defensive coordinator after 1 game? They fired him after 1 game. That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. LA Wildcats, number 7. Number 6, the Dallas Renegades. Yes, they only lost by 6. They also only scored 9 points. It was that was the worst game of the week. Week 1. That was a mess against St. Louis. That was just a mess of a game. They only scored 9 points, and they lost. So Dallas, number 6. Number 5, the Dragons. It was a close game against the Defenders, 13-13.5. They only lost by 12, but they did have a couple turnovers in the fourth quarter, actually. The pick 6 was a sealer, and then they had a fumble near the end zone and on the other side of the field, whatever. So they had a chance to make it a closer game, and they fumbled it away at the end. Seattle, number 5. Number 4, the Battlehawks. My favorite team. Obviously they had a great outing on defense, but their offense can only put up 15 points. Their defense won them the game. That was a bad game for both sides of the ball. St. Louis, number 4. Number 3, the Defenders. A good game. I did like Cardell Jones. Like I said, he won a national championship at Ohio State, and now he has a good team against them. He threw 2 touchdowns. He got the first ever XFL win as a starting quarterback, so good for him. I'm hoping for more of that from Cardell Jones and the Defenders. But right now, number 3. Number 2 is the Guardians. Who'd have thought, right? I had the Guardians at number 8 in my first power rankings before the games. Now they're number 2. That was a great defense. That defense has absolutely dominated Tampa Bay. But this is going to be a big test this week. They're in D.C. this week. Are they that good of a team? Or is Tampa just that bad? We'll see this weekend. But right now, New York, number 2. Number 1 is Houston, the Roughnecks. Great outing by P.J. Walker. Great outing by the Roughnecks in general. 37 points. I believe that was the most. Yeah, it was the most points put up this weekend, or last weekend, by any XFL team. They won 37-17 over the Wildcats, and they earn the number 1 spot on our latest power rankings. Week 2 is tomorrow. SCU Show brought to you by Graham Slim Inc. Graham Slim Inc. is an upcoming brand of graphics and clothing material by Tori Graham. Tori has been working on graphic design for 5 years now and has decided to start his own business. partnering with a couple indoor football and semi-pro football teams. You can follow Grand Slam Inc. on Facebook at Grand Slam Inc., Twitter at Graham_Tori, and Instagram at Grand Slam Inc. Contact Grand Slam Inc. for all your graphic design needs.